Hello, hello, it's record shopping day. This is not an El Chopo video, although I am at El Chopo. It's not going to be, El Chopo is a small part of this video. There are going to be other places, as you can see, including the main reason why I'm here today in Mexico City, to go to the Bazar de Discos, but I'm going to start here at El Chopo. And before I do, I'll editorialize and say, Happy Pride Day to everybody, because today is Pride Day. I think that's international here in Mexico. Today's it's Saturday, June 24th, and there's a huge Pride parade on Avenida Reforma that goes, I think, to Alameda, and there are a lot of people, maybe tens of thousands, I don't know, maybe more. So hello to everybody. And my I guess the editorial part of that is, why do people care about that? Why do people get upset? I saw yesterday Soundgarden posted the Bad Motorfinger logo, or the logo, I guess, and in the Pride colors. And people are freaking out, saying, I'm unfollowing you, and why do you do this? This has nothing to do with your music. You're destroying your legacy by supporting this garbage. And to me, at worst, you look and you think to yourself, this is stupid, it's too much, and you move on. I don't know why people feel the need to express their anger or derision, but they do. But I'm very happy that these people, that sounds bad, no? That these people, I'm very happy that they get their own day. And I guess then tomorrow everybody can go back to hating them openly instead of, because, oh, look at this Kiss guy, Mr. Kiss, Senor Kiss. All right, that's how I look most days. All right, so I'm going to look at records. Now, it's been well established that the people that sell records here are out of their minds, and when it comes to pricing, they have no idea what they're doing. So I'll kind of, although there's going to be the better selection here than anywhere, I think I'm going to also go to some record stores. And I'm here with Lilia. There she is there. So I'm going to start here, and there's going to be some good stuff. There's a guy with devil horns riding his bike. And so I'm just here. I doubt I'm going to buy anything. There's going to be some great stuff, as always, but it's going to be far too expensive. You're going to see stuff that's the same price used for crappy old beat up records, around the same price as you'd see brand new, shiny and delicious on a website called Amazon.com. You should check it out. So are we ready to start? All right, well, we've started. Actually, I usually do my introduction back there, but we're well into El Chopo, and we're going to find some records.
The female version of your haircut.
The female version of my haircut? Oh yeah, that is. All right, let's go find some overpriced records. And this is amazing. The first two records that I see, Power Slave and Let There Be a Rock, I bought both of those on Amazon in the last 2 weeks or so. And I'm going to ask how much they were. I think I paid around $500 each. That's almost my limit. Let me see this. Let me ask the guy how much. And this is the Mexican version with all the song titles in Spanish. Let me ask how much. Oh, disculpe, ¿cuánto cuestan?
Cambio.
¿Cuatro?
Cambio.
Yeah, huh? Yeah. ¿Y para AC/DC? Yeah, so 400 each. I paid just a little bit more than that for brand new. And these are all beat up and in quite bad condition. So I think that's what I'm going to expect the rest of the day, I think. Let's see what else. Motley Crue, Shout the Devil picture disc. I just bought this one a couple of days ago. I'm still waiting for it to be delivered. This was, I think, 520 pesos, brand new. And here's Lick It Up, which I would buy. And you can see the cover is completely split open. And it's got a pink logo. And it's also got, I checked it out, and it looks I don't know, the record is Casablanca, which I'm shocked by. When I had it in 1983, it was Mercury Records, but look at this. This is, it's got the Casablanca logo, and the song title's in Spanish, but on the back of the jacket, they're only in English. So I'm going to ask how much this is. I bet it's a stupid price. It should be 200. I'm going to check. $350 this was for that beat up copy that's the jacket is completely falling apart. was 350 pesos. Like I said, these guys are nuts. This is another one I have arriving at my house later this week. I think it was 404 or 406 pesos on Amazon. I'm going to ask how much it is. And I should point out, it's very undulated. It looks like water damage. There's a lot of creases along it. Let me find out. As I show these teachers, I'll confirm the price of that. AC/DC record was 300 pesos. The guy assured me that the record itself was in good condition, but that the jack was beat up. So 400 or 404, 406 for a new one, brand new, juicy, shiny, or 300 for that piece of crap. Alright, I've shown this guy before. He always has good stuff, but just like the other ones, it's overpriced. This is a new one. That's probably about 1,000 or 1,100 pesos. That one's also new. Walmart exclusive. These are like 20 bucks at Walmart. I know you can't make a comparison, but still. Let's see. What is this? Never seen that. Oh, that's a bootleg. All right. Ha! I got this from my friend Miguel. Gifted it to me, and I got that same one, the triple color vinyl one. Fantastic. Lots of Iron Maiden. New Senjutsu. And you know what I think I'm going to do? I think these guys don't like it. They get so offended when you ask how much this stuff is. By the way, I have a cold, so if you hear me sniffling in 35, 36 degrees every day for the last month, and I have a cold. So I think I'll look and then ask them off camera. They seem to give the stink eye, or maybe even the evil eye, when you're filming them and asking the price at the same time. Oh, my favorite Rat album. Dancing Undercover. Oof, love it. Is it Mexican? No, it's got song titles in English. I bet that's, I'm gonna guess 800. That's gonna be my guess. I would buy that for 400, but I think that's about it. Oh, I've seen this before. I won't show that too much further. You know what's under there. I don't want to seem as if I'm getting excited about seeing that record. This record sucks. Oh, Shaka Messiah. My God, I would maybe buy that one if it were not. I'll guess that one's also going to be around 800. So I'm gonna ask the prices for Rat Dancing Undercover, and he's always got the same records every time. Tigers of Pantang. I don't think I've seen him with Shaka Messiah before, and maybe not Dancing Undercover either. That one, I've seen this, Y&T, Contagious. Every time I come here, he has this. And I've seen this one God, I've seen this for 2 years, some of these records. He refuses to go lower, and they sit here forever. So let me ask the prices of some of these. I found a very reasonable puesto. The guy told me that all of these are 100 pesos, 100 pesos for all these. Now, the first thing I see is Nana Muscuri, Canadian, I believe Canadian, legend, and I believe legend. I remember when I was a kid living in Montreal, my best friend John Lapp, his mother was a big Nana Muscuri fan. I think she's Canadian, maybe not by birth, but I think by citizenship. So there's Air Supply, Christopher Cross. So there appears to be a bunch of crap. Doris Day's greatest hits. Paul Anka, another Canadian, Paul Anka. Trini Lopez. New Kids on the Block, Sheena Easton. Yeah, Cat Stevens. The ship was rammed by the Cat Stevens. Sergio Mendes. Wasn't that who, you wouldn't know this. When Kramer and Newman went to sell the records at Bleecker Bob's, they had Sergio Mendes.
No idea.
Harry Belafonte. He started the Civil War, Harry Belafonte. There he is, Harry Belafonte. Yeah, not too much here, but very reasonably priced. And the guy said everything is 100. Hey, look at this, Styx, Cornerstone. Is this Spanish titles? Luces porque Yo, why me? Nana is babe. Babe, I'm leaving. I must be on my way. The time is drawing. My train is going.
It's enough, thank
I
you.
see it
We get
in
it, we get the idea.
Love the need your tears, 'cause I'll be lonely without you, and I'll need your love to see me through. So please believe me, my heart is in your hand, and I'll be missing you.
Okay,
I was done with a very raspy voice.
we'll call you.
I will buy sticks. I'll buy cornerstone for 100 pesos. Anything else? More crap. Jackson 5. The best of Bill Cosby. Live from jail. I think that was how it was called. More Nana Muscuri. More Harry Belafonte. Alright, I think that's all. I will buy sticks, cornerstone. Yes. Some good news and some bad news from El Chopo. In either case, whether you consider good or bad, we're done at El Chopo, we're moving on. This is El Chopo right behind me. There's somebody in my party who is very hot and complaining, so we're taking a rest in the shade.
Very hot. My head is hot.
Her head is hot. So the bad news, going back a couple of minutes. For you, it's a couple of minutes. For me, it was some time ago. The guy with the great records that had Rat, Dancing Undercover, and Shotgun Messiah, and he had a new copy of, I'll let these people pass, of Anthrax, Fistful of Metal. I think I showed it, that Walmart exclusive, and he had 3 Y&T, or 2, I think he had Y&T. He had Open Fire and Contagious, and good stuff. The Dancing Undercover Rat was 500 pesos. And remember, I'm buying new ones from Amazon for $4.50 to $5.50, and the Shotgun Messiah was 1,000 pesos. And I told him, I said, do you recognize me? I didn't pull the trick. Do you know who I am? It wasn't like that. I was just saying, you see me all the time here, right? And he said, yeah. I said, you always have the same records. I said, they're too much. Nobody buys them because they're too expensive. His defense was, he said he used, not Saigon Kick, Shotgun Messiah as an example. He said he bought that in Sweden. So he said that he went to Sweden and he bought a plane ticket and he had to stay in a hotel, and it's expensive, so that's why he sells some of these records for more. And I said, but that doesn't matter to me that you went to Sweden. I'm not paying for your hotel room in Sweden and your plane ticket and everything. And I showed him I asked him about the Anthrax. The Anthrax was $1,500, which is like 75, 80 bucks US. I think these are about 20, 25 bucks at Walmart. It was a Walmart exclusive, and he said, well, my family brought that from the US, and they have to come here, and it's expensive for them to come here, so I try to get more for it. Refused to budge on the price, and I said, you know what, if your prices weren't so expensive, I would buy a lot of stuff. And I think he didn't, I think he didn't seem to care. And so that's the, I guess, bad news or indifferent news. I'm hoping for something better at the Bazar de Discos, which is coming up next. The good news is, and this is actually great news, I saw the most reasonable guy, right? Wasn't this guy very reasonable? And I've mentioned this before. Put Kiss in front of your display, and that will attract me. I don't know about other people. He had Kiss Alive, the record, in front. And then he also had beside it Dynasty, both of which I wanted. And I said to Lilia, how much do you guess for Kiss Alive? And she said, do you remember what your guess was?
500?
Yeah, I think she guessed 500. I guessed 800. And I asked him, he said 250, which that's like 12, 13 bucks US. So that's reasonable. Now, luckily for me, I had brought in my mochila here. Last time I was here 5 or 6 months ago, I bought my 4th copy of Kiss Alive. And I realized I don't need 4 copies of Kiss Alive. And I thought that at the time. I have my original copy from 1976. I have a brand new copy that I bought last year. It was sealed, that had all the, the booklet and everything. That I bought a Mexican copy here last year. And then for some reason I saw another US copy used earlier this year. And it was $4 or $4.50, and I bought it. I don't know why. So I thought, I'm going to bring it today, see if I can trade it. So I asked the guy if he would trade his Alive 2 from iLive 1 because I really wanted Alive, and it looked in decent condition. The sleeve was a little bit faded, and you know, it had the scuff marks. So he looked at mine and at my copy of Alive, and he said, yeah, so we just traded straight up. So I got, instead of having 4 copies of Alive, now I have 3. Instead of 4 Alive and 0 Alive 2, now I have 3 Alive and 1 Alive 2, which is great. And I also got Dynasty, and the Dynasty was 200 pesos. Pretty good. And it had both of them have the Spanish, I don't care about this, but I kind of like it. It's kind of cool. They both had the Spanish titles, so that's good. And I bought, want to show what I bought? Look at this. Look at this, placemats. Yeah, isn't that cool? These were 50 pesos each. And I bought 2 of them for, I'm a single man, but occasionally Lilia comes and eats lunch at my house. So, so when she's a guest at my house, she can eat from a Dynasty placemat. So pretty cool. He had Motorhead placemats and, I don't know, Led Zeppelin and AC/DC. But when it comes to placemats, I think the only one I want is Kiss. So we're getting on the metro now, and I guess the next stop is going to be the Bazar de Discos, and hopefully they're more rational than most of the people right here at El Chopo. This is it, right behind me, and this is called, I'll give a little explanation first before we get over here. This is called Bazar de Discos. It's been going on since 2016. I've never been to it before. It's a rotating, it's a bazaar. It's a buy and sell and trade records, CDs, I think Blu-rays, DVDs, any kind of media like that. And it's in a different location every weekend. Sometimes it's Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes it's just Sunday. We're here today on Saturday. It's usually here in Colonia Roma Norte. Sometimes it's in Colonia Roma or Condesa or somewhere. Not sure. It's in this building, this dark gray building, which I'm not sure what kind of building this is. If it's, I don't know what it is. I'm not sure what to expect, what prices are going to be like. But we're going to go check it out right now and see what we can find at Bazar de Discos. All right, here it is. So this is the first thing I see. This looks like all, I was going to say it's mostly Spanish, but I see Britney Spears stuff there. Radiohead. Rod Stewart, Out of Order. Oh, and they all have prices on them. That's good, so you don't have to ask for each one. How much is this? How much is this? Joe Cocker. Alright, so not much interesting here. Go ahead.
I don't know any of these people.
Yeah, and I don't know what is this. Let me see this. Lona. So this is from something called Arc Records. So maybe record stores bring a sampling of their stuff. Yeah, the first Iron Maiden. How much is that? Are these new? They look new. No price on that one. Highway to Hell, $4.50. Is that new? I think it is. Looks new, feels new. Alright, I guess that's a fair price. If it's new, that's actually a very good price. How much is Dirt? One of my favorite records ever. No price on that one either. Alright. Oh, The Cure, Disintegration. Dallas is a big Cure fan.
It's still alive. One of my sister's favorite albums.
I don't know why some of them have prices and some of them don't.
Prices are good.
Yeah, the prices are fair. The ones that are ticketed are like what, 150, 200?
700.
700? I bet that's expensive because it's got the Japanese obi strip. And they seem to be in no order, I don't think. There's no, let it be box set. Oh man, feel how heavy that is. You probably can't even lift it. Try to lift it up.
Seriously, I'm not joking.
I know, it's very heavy.
On my phone.
All right, let's see. Well, that was tremendously, very, very underwhelming, the Bazar de Discos. Don't think I would ever go there again. What did you think about it?
It was very empty. And people were not much into selling. They were just like chatting around with the players.
Very small, very, very, very little selection. There were maybe 6 people selling things. They just had like each little resto or stand had maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 crates. And from what I gathered, it was people that own record stores or from record stores, and they bring a sampling of their records and they put them on the street there. It really wasn't very much. I ended up getting, I had this Adele, I guess she has a record called 30, and it's a double record. I got that as a gift from Miguel. I think I mentioned that earlier. It was brand new, sealed, and I asked the guy, one of the people here, if he would trade it. He said, yeah, for about 800 pesos worth. But he didn't really have anything that I wanted. He had 2 Dawkins records used. He had Back for the Attack and Breaking the Chains. And I asked somebody else. They said, no, we don't want Adele because we already have some copies of that. Another person I asked if they would exchange, they said, no, the guy's not here. He's I don't know if he was gone for lunch or he was gone somewhere. Oh no, they said he didn't do exchanges anyway, right? Yeah. So anyway, I thought I may as well do something with this Adele record. So I traded it for a Pearl Jam Yield. Now the Yield, the guy said it was these people, and maybe it's you watching, these people that are so focused on this edition or that edition. I gotta have this one and I don't want that one. This copy of Yield, which was used, it was open, it was 950 pesos, which is insane. And but there was nothing else that I was even remotely interested in, so I gave him the Adele record plus 150 for this version of Yield. Yield is one of my favorite Pearl Jam albums, but it kind of sucks that I traded a brand new double record for a used open single record. I guess it looked like it was in good condition. I'm not one of those vinyl people that inspects it with a loop, like the jeweler's eye. Anyway, so that's it. And now we're here outside La Roma Records. I guess this is one of the more famous ones in Mexico City. We've been in here a couple times, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know what, and also this what's it called? Bazar de Discos. It's not their fault. They didn't have too much that I liked. I found one Kiss record in the whole place, which was the Elder, which was in horrible condition, taped up. It had tape across the top holding it together. A couple of newer ones that I guess I would have liked. They had a copy of Faith No More, The Real Thing, but they didn't want to trade for Adele. They had, I don't know, not they, different sellers. So anyway, we'll see. I highly doubt that I'll buy anything here at La Roma Records, but we'll see. We'll go in and take a look here. What a strange way to wrap up this video. It's now Sunday, and as you can see, I'm walking. This is not quite my neighborhood, but adjacent to my neighborhood. And so I went to La Roma Records yesterday and looked around, poked around for a bit, and then kind of forgot about that I had to wrap up the video and report my findings to everybody. Because we ended up, Lily and I'm walking uphill, so I might be a little bit out of breath, and I still have my sore throat and congestion and cold I've had for 3 or 4 days now. So we went in there, and they have some benches outside of Roma Records, so we sat out there for a while talking, and I kind of forgot to wrap up the video. And then we went to I'm extending this already. We were gonna go eat at Tacos Orinoco, which is almost right across the street from La Roma Records, but the line was like they said it was going to be a 45-minute wait, and it's just a taqueria. So we went somewhere else, and then by the time I remembered, it was too dark to do my video wrap-up. And ended up getting home very late. Got home at 1 in the morning yesterday, which is very late for me as an old man. So La Roma Records, as I show some of the fine real estate around me. Actually, I really like it around here. I do like it. No good, La Roma. Just maybe even more expensive than El Chopo. Most of the stuff at Roma is new. They don't have too much used, or not nearly as much. They did have a metal section, so that made it easier for me. Instead of nothing else anywhere yesterday was organized, so it was good to go right to the metal section, and just outrageously expensive. I think I saw, and I went through every record in the metal section. I guess there were a couple of hundred. I saw 2 that were 500. They were used, and nothing cheaper, and only 2 that were 500. Most things were 800 to 900. A lot of things were over 1,000. The Metallica 72 Seasons was 1,200. I bought it brand new for 700, 500 pesos more, ridiculous. And like I understand, at least with those guys, they, you know, their shop is in La Roma. It's an expensive area. They gotta pay the rent. The rent. Tony Soprano. They gotta pay the rent, so I guess they charge more. But no, I wasn't close to buying anything there. It was nice to see some of the records. No, I did buy something, and I brought it with me. Look at this, what I did buy. The first one I've bought in like 40 years. A cassette. Can you believe I bought a cassette? 80 pesos, and this is Cardiel Aloha from Fuzz. Everybody should listen to Cardiel. I have a giant Cardiel tattoo on the back of my leg. I've seen Cardiel live 33 times. That's how much I love Cardiel. And I know I've seen this cassette at their merch table when I've seen them before, but I've passed on it. And but I bought it yesterday just because that was 80 pesos, which is fair. And also because now I have a boombox, as I got from if you see from my Rusty Eye video, the unboxing I did, Paul Casanova, Mr. Russ, sent me a boombox. So now I can play cassettes, which have always been my mortal enemy. But I have one in my collection now. Oh, and then when we were sitting outside on the benches, kind of talking, and this is expected if you live in Mexico City, you know about La Roma, the Colonia La Roma or Roma Norte, Condesa. Very fresa, expensive, hip, trendy. And as we sat there outside on the bench, we saw a lot of people, and people were buying stuff, unlike El Chopo, where everybody just looks and nobody really buys anything. I'm walking uphill, I'm tired. People were buying stuff, and we saw a lot of 20-somethings, maybe teenagers, coming out with their parents, with their Roma Records bag, standing in front of the store, taking a selfie with their bag. And I don't begrudge them, but very different clientele there than at El Chopo or the Bazar de Discos. These 20-something, are they hipsters? I'm not sure. Maybe some of them were too young to be hipsters. I'm not sure. But just going back quickly to Amazon, I hate to say it. Nobody likes to say that the big monster retailer is their favorite, but it's the place to go. They've got far better prices than Roma Records or the people at El Chopo or Bazar de Discos, and I know it's very popular and trendy to say support your local retailer and don't support big business. Well, I'm not going to pay 50% more for things just because it's a local retailer selling it. So, and I understand that obviously Amazon can afford to sell things for cheaper than Roma records. You know, I know it's not the system, but I will support Amazon because that supports me. I'd rather save money and put money in my pocket than give extra money to, Roma Records or El Chopo people. But that's it, yeah. And I think that's all from my record buying days. I'm not sure when I'll be back to buy records. As I said, the Bazar de Discos was very disappointing. Roma Records, I can't imagine I would ever buy anything. Buenos Aires. And yeah, El Chopo, as I've said, is just too crazy. So that's all. I think I can stop talking now and focus on my video. So that was all from my my little record day out. I ended up getting 4 records. I got Cornerstone by Styx, Yield by Pearl Jam, Kiss Alive 2, and Kiss Dynasty, and this Cardiel cassette. 3 songs: Cocktail de Gas, Benzedrina, and Anti-Iglesia. A little EP cassette. All right, that's it. Over and out from from walking uphill, and that was the end of my my personal record store day.